Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to be talking about cash stuffing, exactly what it is and how it can really benefit for you, especially if you are a younger generation, guys. It's interesting to hear this coming back. So as of 2021, Jasmine Taylor over on TikTok really had a cash stuffing method, which again, this is something that they've done. The envelope method, the cash method, balancing, the budgeting method. It has taken on a lot of different names through time. But what really is it and what does it mean? So this is a method to utilize cash and an envelope system. This again is going back to very old school, having physical cash. Now the logic behind this really goes back to the psychological aspect of having to pay for items with cash, knowing exactly what it costs down to the penny. When you look at the big picture, when you use debit cards, when you use credit cards, when you use pretty much any form other than cash, it takes away the monetary value of it. Now, what I mean by that is when you're going to pay for your groceries, if it's 140 bucks, you swipe your card 2 seconds, you're done. If you have to count out 140 bucks and pay it in cash, it has an entirely different feeling. And again, the younger generation might never have known this, might not see it. I know there are even a lot of people that I deal with in the banking industry that never ever utilize cash, never carry cash, never have cash. And a matter of fact, a lot of places that I go to can't even count cash back. Now, I know we live in a society where it is going to kind of cashless with digital currencies, things of that nature. But again, psychological thinking back to when you're handing out those $20 bills, when you have to count the amount of money that you have to pay, it really sets up a disciplined way to limit yourself. If you have a debit card, if you have a credit card, you can swipe that, you can buy what you want, you can buy what you want. With the cash method, when the cash is gone, that is it. The cash is gone, guys. When the cash is out, you quit spending money because the cash is gone. Now, how does this actually work? Cash stuffing method uses the zero-based budgeting, which we've talked about, but guys, we have actually had a couple videos. This is how I do my budgeting. Zero-based budgeting means you have X amount of dollars. Every dollar has a purpose and it goes down to the zero. So you know where every single penny is going. If I have a little bit of money left over to hit that zero goal that we're looking for, I put it into savings accounts, investment accounts, things of that nature, to really get down to that zero-based budgeting. Again, giving a dollar every place to go every single time. You may want to leave some money for fixed expenses or even variable expenses if your utilities change, any of those things. Now, this is what the emergency fund is for. From the beginning, guys, getting really the basic emergency fund, getting that $1,000 earmarked, then really focusing on paying off your debt or paying down your debt can be huge. But one thing this is very quickly going to realize that it eliminates is one, there are no overdrafts, there are no bank fees, there are no fees associated with paying cash for items. Don't exist when you have a cash system. Once you got the rent covered, the heat is on, the rest of the cash, physical cash, you can start sorting in envelopes. And again, you can do the monthly variable expenses, groceries, and really stick to the program. It takes the accountability where if you're putting $200 every single week into an envelope that is going to cover groceries, is it logically, are you realistically covering all of your groceries? If you have some money at the end of that 1 week period to allocate in some other areas. So let's say during the week, I spend 150 bucks on groceries. That extra $50 is going to be allocated elsewhere. Again, whether it is repayment of debt, things of that nature, and also paying attention to what items cost. Now, again, I feel like this is really something that fundamentally as Americans, as really a society that we have kind of lost. There's not that many people that coupon shop. There's not many people that bargain shop. There's not many people that realize a majority of things that you buy, especially if you are an online shopper, chances are you can get them for cheaper. Whether it is using, Rakuten to get some rebate, to get some actual cash back, using, a couple different methods that you can do. And again, I know online shopping, you're not going to be able to use the cash method, but this kind of makes me think the things that you cannot purchase in physical reality are going to have to be paid through essentially cash through a debit card. But again, the cash is what we're looking for. And I know a lot of people have also said that they cannot pay their bills in cash, that there is not a physical place for a lot of things to pay. That's why, again, it's not 100% cash always, but anything that you're buying physically in person is cash. Big part with this, guys, building up a cash reserve can help the unforeseen expenses like we were talking about with the budgeting. Whatever's left over is what goes towards your future. Paying down debt, building up your savings, things of that nature. These are a lot of topics that, again, we've covered on this channel, and we will continue to really focus on. Now, dealing entirely with cash comes with some drawbacks, like we were saying. A society that is really going to a cashless society is a little bit of a difference. If you're worried about money being stolen, make sure it's secured, lost in a fire. If you physically lose it, you are out of the cash, which again, kind of really stinks. But again, it is entirely up to you guys to take the information that we provide, really cater it to your own ability and your own methodology. You know, when you look at the money that people are making and the amount of debt financing, it's really astronomical. Again, the amount of debt, not only as a government, as a society, but also as Americans, we're encroaching onto that $1 trillion of debt that we're seeing in credit card debt, which again is insane. Challenge yourself to save money. Challenge yourself to put more money in your 401k, put more money into IRAs, and making sure, again, that you're really focused on getting the elimination of debt. A lot of people do, have kind of said debt is not all bad, but fundamentally, guys, again, I really fall back to the Dave Ramsey methodology, where if you don't have debt, if you're not paying, if you buy a $30,000 car, over the next 5 years, you pay a couple $1,000s in interest. That is money, that couple of $1,000s of interest essentially could have been earmarked and could have been utilized somewhere else. It seems like, again, fundamentally that the subscriptions for items, the monthly liabilities are what people are trying to capture. When you look at Amazon, when you look at Netflix, when you look at Disney Plus, when you look at, HBO Max, everybody is a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there, a couple dollars here. It adds up, guys. That is why there are so many places that want to cancel subscriptions for you, make things more affordable, rework all of this debt. But elimination of the debt, fundamentally, I believe in that methodology. Getting rid and becoming debt-free, guys, is the biggest burden that you can get off of your shoulders. Saving up money to actually buy for something. Just imagine the feeling: you go out to buy a car, the car price is, let's say, $15,000. Boom, you give them $15,000 for that car. It's done. Transaction complete. You own the car. You're not paying $16,000, $18,000, whatever it may be for that car. A $15,000 car now costs you $15,000, and it is done at that point. All right, guys, so that'll do it for today's video. Again, very cool article. Check her out on TikTok. Yasmin Taylor, the cash stuffing method. It was really cool to see, guys, because fundamentally, I believe in this as much as she does. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and as always, thank you guys for watching.